complicated story on that side. You don't have like no nothing like the front door, like
There you go.
Maybe pull the key out of it. Sometimes these things have a tendency to lock themselves. I already locked my keys inside. This is like the trunk. So the thing is going to be over here. It needed a lot more, but that's what was making the car not So anyways, guys, the Mazda RX8 is now home. So let's go take a closer look, see if it actually starts. Anyways, guys, now that we're underneath the hood, you could kind of see what's wrong with this thing. I mean, like, look at it, guys. That thing is broken. Maybe this is why my wires were smoking when I tried to start it. It's not getting enough juice and I'm giving it plenty of power. So anyways, guys, I've installed new battery terminals, so everything's good and tight. I've basically put this back because we were removing it so we could put some starting fluid. You know, probably not a good idea, but you know, we tried a little bit. But always needs a good battery connection. So now it is the moment of truth. Let's see if it starts. Guys, we're in here, so I'm gonna put the key in. I'm gonna twist it over. I'm gonna apply the clutch. I need to put the seat closer. Okay, so I can get a good pressure on it. So I'm gonna shift this into neutral, park and brake on. Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure how long that was. Here's what we're gonna do for now. So I'm gonna have to. What's wrong with my window? Okay. Okay. It's kind of hot in here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna depress the gas pedal when I'm doing it, so I'm not gonna flood it. Do that for about like 10 seconds. That makes it sound like it's weak, so I'm actually gonna put a jump box on it. Anyways, guys, I got my jump box hooked up to it, so I'm giving it right now 200 amps engine start. I just literally right now hooked it up, so let's go try to start it. Take two, put in a clutch in, that's all. All right, so I'm gonna let it sit for 60 seconds. Okay, guys, we're gonna give it one more shot. Need to push the clutch in. It sounds a whole lot livelier since the first day I was trying to start it. So now I'm just gonna let it sit for 60 seconds again. Okay, it's been 60 seconds. We're gonna go ahead and start cranking away again. So I'm gonna let the starter actually rest a little bit longer than 60 seconds this time. not because it's necessary, because I'm just gonna go ahead and swap out the battery. I'm gonna grab another battery and stick it in here. I don't know why, but it seems like this battery is somehow weaker. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm gonna put a battery that, you know, I normally use in the Mazda RX8 and see if that's any better. Guys, I got my original battery installed, which is from my Mazda RX8. It's a Legend. Let's see, it's got 785 cranking amps and cold cranking amps 640. This one's got cold cranking amps at 640. I don't see the other cranking amps. So I'm giving it 200 amps. Let's try to start it. It feels livelier. So we're gonna let it rest for 60 seconds. So this time I'm going to hit the clutch and gas at the same time. I want to deflate it just in case. We're gonna let it rest. Then 60 seconds, we're just gonna push the clutch in and start it normally. Now we're just gonna let it rest. At this point, I'm a lot hopeful than I was when I actually was buying a car, because at that time the engine was barely spinning. So at least now it is somewhat spinning. Of course, we got some old gas in the back that's 2 years old, which could be a problem, and I'm really not sure if there's any other problems, and I'm really not sure why in the first place this person was working on it. It could be just a routine maintenance, or maybe it wasn't starting and he was trying to replace some things to get it started. Like, obviously, he started replacing spark plugs, did not get a chance to finish. Spark plug wires was removed, and for some reason steering column was disconnected. I guess he thought better access to the spark plugs, but you don't have to disconnect the steering wheel column. So if you're watching this video, don't disconnect the steering wheel column. They're really hard to put back in because there's really no room to try to install them. And I could see somewhere on the steering column, like portion where you insert it, that I guess he was trying so hard and, you know, all kinds of ways and still couldn't get it in. But I cleaned that thing up and I actually was able to install it. But I had to remove the whole system there. Also, the glow plugs, I don't know why I keep saying glow plugs. It's actually ignition coils, and now that I think of it, I think in my last video I said glow plugs instead of ignition coils. I deal with diesels, and I don't know why I really said that, but it's kind of funny. So basically the ignition coils are new here, and then eccentric shaft sensor also appears to be replaced because there's an old one inside. But I'm really not sure if it has been. And there's obviously old ignition coils inside and old spark plugs. There were 6 of them inside and 2 of them installed. The only installed one that we had was obviously the trailing. The leading was not installed. So I'm thinking, did he install the trailing and he did not get to finish the job and then the vehicle got towed? But the question is, was this car even starting prior to him messing with it? You know, because I mean, there's obviously a lot of components we've seen that I just showed you guys. It seems like he was doing some mods. I mean, if the car wasn't starting, I mean, would you really be working on mods? Probably not. But anyways, let's try to get this thing started. All right, here we go. Well, that's a lot more alive. Still acting a little bit like it's dead, but let's let it rest. Now, while waiting, I decided to take a look at this here, and then I discovered this here. So there's a vacuum line there and right there. Possibly what I found in the back fits here, because he was working with this airbox. But I don't have that on my automatic. So where does it go? Let's see. Looks like there's one little possibility, and maybe there's another one that down there, so maybe that goes like right there. maybe. Like that would maybe make sense. So I'm gonna need to take a look what else is disconnected. I got this other hose out. It appears that this was going around and then plugging in, but can't really see where this mounts to. Yeah, if you know, put it up in the description below, guys, because if it's from this car, I want to find it. But apparently we got 2 vacuum locations that are missing. I don't know what really they need to be plugging into. I think the car had enough rest. Let's go ahead and try to start it again. We're gonna let it rest again. So guys, it's already been plenty of time since basically I've been waiting, but I kind of thought of something. Let's take a look at the oil level and see where it's at. Just pulled it out. I mean, it's full of oil, so that's a good sign. Anyways, guys, let's try to start it up again. Anyway, guys, here's my thoughts. I think that I should not be deflating it. I think flattening it might actually help things because with the engine sitting for as long as it did, for 2 years, I think some lubrication from fuel is better than no lubrication. And hopefully somebody was pre-mixing. That way, if it is getting flooded, at least the engine is getting somewhat wet, and it could sit in that wetness and, you know, possibly make things a little bit better. But what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to keep trying to start it. And if I cannot get this car started, I'm just going to stick this battery on charge. Just make sure, you know, keeping it charged. And then I just keep trying and trying. Yeah, I'm hopeful that it does start. But if it doesn't, I do know where to look. Let's try to start it up again. It's a lot more alive than it was. I'm a little bit concerned that speedometer is flickering like it is. I do think it's normal, but it also seems like it's dying. I'm saying, like, the battery is dying, like not the car itself. I mean, I don't know why it would be dying, because technically I got it hooked up to the charge, and this is a fully charged battery, so technically it should not be dying. But I'm gonna go take a look outside and see if I'm getting like a little flashy type of thing going on. And also, instead of keep giving it 200 amps, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it some 40 amps and just kind of like let it charge and see if we could crank it under its own power. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch that to charge, hit the button, put it to 40 amps, so it's boost charging. So that is good. So anytime I'm gonna leave and whatever, it's gonna be charging. Normally I charge the battery at between 2 and 6 amps. That's why I charge it. But right now, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Right, it's been 60 minutes. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, under its own power, the battery seems to be a little weak. Sometimes they say stupid stuff. I said 60 minutes. No, I meant like 60 seconds. So I'm letting myself crank the vehicle for 10 seconds, let it rest for 60 seconds. But it's been a very long day. I'm a little bit tired. I've purchased 3 cars, 3 ATVs, and a dirt bike. So I've been busy getting all that stuff delivered to me, getting it parked, riding a 4-wheeler, just having a blast. Let me show you what it looks like. I got 2 Suzuki King quads that look just like this. It needs a wash, but that's how I picked it up, 2 of them. So, and then I also got like a Polaris one as well. I'm not sure if you can see, it is a 700. So this thing is a beast. It's a 4-wheel drive and a 2-wheel drive with a diff lock. So fuel injected. Yeah, this thing's this probably could go I don't know, 65 miles an hour or something at least. All right, let's give this another shot. Wow, look at that. Well, that was some good revs.
That makes any sense with me saying that's some good revs. But what I mean is it's turning over like fast. It wasn't doing that before, so that's kind of cool. Maybe it's getting some lubrication from the fuel. I don't know, but apparently it sat a little bit and it's getting that, so that's kind of cool. If I'm going to be getting some good results like that, then I will then try to deflate it by pressing the gas pedal in the clutch, and at the same time just keep churning it over for 10 seconds, then let it for 60, do it about 5 times, and then try to crank this thing over. Maybe I should try doing it now. Let's try that. Let's just go ahead and try to deflate it. But I mean, it's always easy to flood it back up, so let's just try to deflate it.
So let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and let's let it rest.
It almost makes me feel that maybe I should put the battery back at 200 amps. But it seems like it just sat a little bit, and all of a sudden, like, it just giving it like a good boost. And guys, believe me, this battery is charged. I'm not trying to put a dead battery in there and trying to start this thing. I wouldn't, because these Mazda RX8s, they need a fully charged battery, especially if they're not starting, and some kind of jump box. Hopefully the one I got that you could just roll out and just hook up and, you know, give it some juice. But I think we're on the right track. It seems to be working a lot better than it was. So let's try to deflate it again, see what it's going to do. We have 4 more attempts to do. Then I'm going to try to crank it over.
All right, so let's see. I deflated the car without just making a bunch of boring video, so let's try to start it right now. Apparently this battery has seen better days. I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. The battery has been swapped out for the one that we had previously, which was also fully charged. So let's see if it spins the same or if it's better. Here we go. No, not any better. This seems a whole lot weaker for some reason. I don't know why. And we're giving it 200 amps too.
So guys, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to leave a battery uncharged, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually just plug one of them up, and probably come back when it's a fully charged battery. I don't want to say this is the end, but if I don't record nothing else, this will be the end. But I do want to give it some more attempts with my jump box, with like a different one, while this jump box is charging my Legend battery. So I don't know if it needs charging, but I'll put it up. I mean, the whole time we were plugged up, so I mean, it should have not drained it too much. It's just, it seems that this battery, even though it's brand new, Superstar battery, it seems like it's not doing its job, and this is a gold one. So it's almost like we need a stronger battery.
So this is the battery that I was attempting to start my vehicle right after I swapped it. And my battery box jumper thing saying that it's 12.6 volts. So apparently it's not that dead. And another one, my Legend battery, I got it on charge for the between 2 and 6 amps. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually give it some boost. So now it's making like 12.7, I guess. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Okay. Oh, a lot more livelier with my jump box. I wonder why that is. Okay, I'll let it rest with my jump box and just continue. Right, guys, let's give this a shot. Alright, I'm gonna let it rest. Try it again. good thing is I do have a trunk key, but that trunk key will not start the car. But it's good that we have it in case I lock the keys out, and then I could just have access to it. So obviously somebody, when they were working on it, they just threw a bunch of stuff in here. So I know where that goes. That's this trim piece. There's this metal bracket that looks like it came from underneath the car, but I don't know if it's from this car. That's just like another one, but it's a heavy duty little piece. Looks like that's part of the airbox that's not installed right now, and that's part of an airbox too. So you install that thing, and then you install this inside, and then obviously, you know, you put that other stuff. So we have, which is nice, we have a battery box. So that's actually kind of cool. This is a pipe that goes in the back here like that. It's got, you know, this thing, and it breathes from here. I'm kind of new to this. This looks like some kind of like a vacuum hose type of thing. That is, I don't know what that does. But there's a lot of things on this one that it's not on my automatic. So it looks like there's an oil filter. This has been laying here for 2 years. It is a Bosch. It looks clean. It's just there's some rust buildup over here. So I think somebody was getting ready to do like an oil change, and there was this oil filter in here. So let's just put that out of the way for now. There is some oil in here. There's only like about a little bit more than a quart left. And so somebody was using this high mileage auto, let's see, Max Life Technology 10W30. This is synthetic blend. So I would use full synthetic, to be honest. Let's see, just a bag. This is part of the filter box. They obviously removed that to make that little setup. Now, here's a cold air intake by Engine Dyno Proven Performance Products. You know, I don't know if this actually will work on this car. It does have a Toyota knock sensor. So I don't know if somebody just pulled this off a Toyota and was hoping to make this work, but it's a Toyota O2 sensor. So let's take a look if it's even similar. I mean, you never know. I mean, it's the same design. I mean, that might actually even work. Seems like it's a similar type of plug design, you know. But anyways, this would go. This would obviously go like this. So I don't know how that would really work. That just would not work really. So here we have another engine part. We have an original jack. We have what looks to be like maybe original, maybe not original radio piece. Maybe it's original. So there's that thing. I don't know if that's original. So we have original CD player. And then we have original Mazda CD player right here too. I mean, you know, console, whatever you call it. There is a piece of rubber hose. Looks broken. Some more vacuum hoses. I don't know if this is from this RX8. We'll have to take a look. An airbox. Original one. So it looks like somebody just making some updates. I would probably install these back. This makes your mass airflow sensor work correctly. It's from the airbox. Here's from the spare. There is a spare rack here, which is an option. It's good that we got it. There's this tire key that's broken. That's broken. It's to pull a car. Some light bulbs, which is brand new. This is for, I guess, aftermarket CD player. We have this original piece here. Looks like some water got in. And that's all the goodies that we have here.